What up, world? It is Thursday. Welcome to the Affairs of the Heart podcast live. I'm your boy GQ. And as always, every Thursday, like clockwork, 8 p.m., the fellas are in the room. What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
Listen.
I was trying to sneak and take a bite of my food before it came on.
You always stuffing something in your mouth.
Listen. Ready. It's another week for SoDebNair. He is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and half asleep at the same time.
Lord, here we go.
He don't even want to talk about it. He don't even have the word.
It'll come out in a story. Just give it time.
No, I think he's just been overworked and underpaid and underappreciated.
That's everybody.
That's what Wendy Williams told Jocelyn. Anyway,
that was a mess.
I mean, Miss Wendy, I just want you to give us girls, us up and coming girls.
How long Jocelyn been up and coming though? Like, come on, sis.
Right,
baby. Listen.
but you threw that flower at that screen, baby. I lost it.
What more do you want?
Like, here's your flowers. Da.
She was like, "Can we end this?"
Baby, I haven't seen an interview like that with Wendy in a while, where she's just, that was probably next to Omarosa's. I don't think she's had anyone in between. Like, her and Omarosa's was terrible.
Yeah. She's like, where are my background singers?
Oh,
can somebody cut the feed?
I need to see the card, baby. What was his name? I need to see the card.
Where is the shoe cam?
Chat, what's going on, Justin? What's going on? Okay, so gentlemen, hello. It is Thursday.
It is.
As usual, per usual, our Thursday show, 8 o'clock, as like clockwork. And this episode this week is viewer's choice. Because we know.
What you mean by viewer's choice?
It's viewer's choice. Whatever the viewers want to talk about.
That was not in my email.
Whatever the viewers want to discuss tonight, it is on you guys. So if you have a topic that you want to discuss, it is on you. Put it in the conversation. You can also join us live. And if you want to share your story personally and live and in color with the fellas, you can type in StreamYard and then the code thereafter, and that'll give you the direct link to join us live tonight. Yeah, it's one of those days, Easy. I'm telling you.
No, I'm sorry. I just got the when I had to call you last week.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Are we can we talk about that? Clearly we should talk about that.
No, we gotta save that for later.
It's an offline discussion. All right.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
It's too soon.
Wait a couple episodes and then we'll bring it back up. Okay, I got you.
There we go. Yeah.
I got you. But we'll fill Aaron in later on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brandon is in the room. What's up, B?
Hey, Brandon.
I'm gonna need you to return my text messages. Why? See, this is what happened when you don't text people back. When they text you to make sure you are right, and I don't get no response, but you've been posting all over social media, and now you're in here in the room, and you didn't think I didn't pay attention. That's what cousins do. That's how we mess.
Do not Lisa Ray him.
That's exactly what just happened.
Y'all know.
Because y'all know.
Let me be Selena.
Well, we did not realize we would have never done this if it was. You know what she did? We would have never done this if we knew that y'all were having issues. We're so sorry. It was
Selena,
not. It
was lost for a hot second. It was just like
Vivica Fox over there talk about. Now y'all know sometimes family you got to just handle with the family. Just she was trying to move it out so bad it just wasn't happening because Lisa Ray was over it. She was like, she was just sitting there like, because y'all know it's on site when I see you.
Listen, and the bread was just like,
right.
That could have been done offline.
That was hilarious.
Her entire feelings were so hurt.
Right.
You
know, Iyanla actually just dealt with her on that on Fix My Life last week or the week before that, I think.
That was the mess too.
Lisa Ray?
Yeah.
She did another episode?
Yeah, she came back by herself.
Oh, okay.
So it was pretty interesting.
Because that episode with her mother and her daughter.
I feel like they're alluding to something that I don't really want to know if it's real or not. Like,
what do you mean?
The relationship between her and her dad.
Oh,
I'm like, please don't like give me Eve's by you. I don't I don't want to know this.
Yeah, because her mother immediately was like, she replaced me as his wife, and that was not cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Brandon. I just want to make sure you good. That's all. We still family. I still love you. Yeah, I kind of got that vibe when I first watched that first episode with like her and her mother and her daughter. And when her mother has such disdain for her when it comes to her husband.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they like go even farther into it on in the last episode. And it was really, I mean, it was almost like, is she going to just tell us that this is what's going on? Or like, let's move on to something else.
I want no parts.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I just feel like she was going to say it at some point. And I'm just like, maybe they cut it out or something? I don't know.
That's a lot of dolls right there.
That is very heavy. Airing out family stuff on television has never been something that I have subscribed to because it's so difficult to deal with. And now you have a public eye that you have to consider. And that's a tough situation.
Especially when all parties aren't there.
That right. Everybody can't be there to defend themselves. So you're hearing one side of the story.
Yeah. Because she could have interpreted, interpretation. She could have interpreted it a whole different way than
which, if you're familiar with Eve's Bayou, her sister Cicely told one story, and her father wrote a different story in the letter that he wrote to his wife before he died. So it was a whole different situation.
But I think that her mom and her was interpreting it the same way.
I can believe that. You talking about Lisa Ray and her mother? Yeah, I can believe that. Because her mother is you could just tell she just has a nasty disposition about her when it comes to her father.
Yeah.
Let me shut up.
Okay. You sure? You want to shut up?
I remember like a piece of the story that she mom was there. She came to visit, I think. But then COVID struck, and then they were like, no, she can't go back. Put her ass on the plane. Like, let's stop acting like you ain't got enough coins to put her in a limo and just ship her back. One shot, just go. She ain't got to get out nothing. Like, if it's that much conflict, or if it's that much disdain for y'all to be together for that period of that long period of time. There's nothing wrong with it. Everybody got their family woes, but put her ass in a car and ship her back home. Like, ain't nobody about to have me confined in my house living miserable.
I definitely would not have done that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I also think it's just organized dysfunction. Like, I want you there. I want you in the space because I'd rather you be here than be wherever you are. But I also hate that you're here.
That's what I'm saying. Like they said, I remember. I really think that she was there for a visit, like to see the great grandchild.
Mm.
And like I said, things got worse with COVID. Okay, that's understandable. But things at a certain point did cool down a little bit to the point where you could like put these gloves on, put this mask on, put this mask on, sit your ass in the back of that limo, watch that TV. And they're gonna drop you off at home. Like,
watch that TV.
Something like, come on now, give her an iPad or something. I don't know. Just occupy. Give us some juicy crackers.
Because I
sit back and wait till your ride drop you off.
I couldn't imagine that with. I mean, me and my dad's relationship is a lot better now. But if our relationship would have stayed the same way, and there was a possibility he could have been stuck in my house, he still would have been going back home. Because I wouldn't have been able to do it.
My father's not coming to my house.
Okay. Let's switch gears for a minute and celebrate SoDebNair and his weight loss that we did not get to talk about last week. And for the kids that have not seen the post, I think we got a clip of it.
My God.
Yes. SoDebNair and his weight loss. No? Okay. All right. Well,
I think that's why my energy is probably the way it is right now too, because I'm trying. Everything is kind of changing now.
So what are you doing to come down from the weight that you had?
I just cut out a lot of things. I mean, one thing that I always really watch is my sugar intake because diabetes runs in my family. A few years ago, I found out that I have high blood pressure too, and I didn't know that ran in my family. So I've been working on and off with cutting salt out of my diet as well. And so, at the end of December, I kind of was just really on it. Like, I'm going to really take this year and get that together. So I've been just eating smaller portions of food, learning to cook without the salts and the sugars and things like that. I don't do any fast food. I don't any fried foods, anything like that. Everything is just drastically changed. So my energy does go up and down. It's been going up and down a lot since I've been doing this because I'm I guess my body trying to get adjusted to it.
Mm-hmm. So are you actually working out as well, or you just changed your diet and that was it?
I haven't worked out at all.
Yes, friend. Listen.
That works for me because I'm too lazy to be working out.
I've been interviewing trainers. I'm trying to get back into the gym. I've been actually interviewing trainers.
I was working out with a trainer 2 years ago, I think. It was going okay, but I mean, the first day I think I had called. The first time I called off, I was like, maybe I can call off again, and then I just never went back. I think I gave him like a good 3 weeks, though, and I just couldn't do it anymore.
So you literally have been changing your diet. What are you eating more of? Like, are you doing more protein? So you're doing chicken, fish?
I'm just doing chicken and fish. I don't have no red meat at all. And what I was about to say. Oh, I was about to, and I ate something bad today. That's why I stopped eating while we was on the podcast because I knew you were gonna bring this up.
See, I wasn't gonna tell the people all of that. I was celebrating you. I was gonna tell all the people that you was eating White Castle before we came on here.
Ew.
I know, right? But it was White Castles is something we we don't really have a White Castles here. So I saw it when I was ordering my food today. And I was like, I want a White Castle so bad. I haven't had one in a long time. And then I started eating it. And I'm just like, oh, God, I can't even finish it. So I got like 4 of them just sitting here. But I don't drink anything but water throughout the week. When I drink on the weekends, that's different. But I don't drink anything but water now either. So.
Well, we are so excited for you and rooting for you on your journey to whatever size you're trying to get to. What size you're trying to get to, friend?
I want to lose like 20 more pounds, and then that's probably it. That's it. The healthy size, from what the doctors say, I need to lose 20 more pounds.
Okay. All right. Well,
but I came from 260, and I'm at like I'm fluctuating between 220 and 225 right now.
Wow. All right. So we are rooting for you. We're all rooting for you. And
a good story is that I could not fit this shirt for a very long time.
We talked about this before the show.
It's back on today, and my belly's not poking out. I can actually breathe in it. So I feel great.
We both have the same sweatshirt that says "Cake by the Pound" from Beyonce's line. And I think we both have mediums. And he can fit his, I can't fit mine. So
I think when I saw you with yours on is why I got mine.
Weight is such a big issue within our community. Lord Jesus. Yeah.
How are we coping? I mean, you're 6 feet tall, so that's not, if I were taller, I would probably be thinner in my midsection. But because I'm only 5'9", 5'10", it's a little round. So how do you cope with weight, Easy?
I run around like a chicken with his head cut off. I cried when I realized I gained weight.
Cry? Really?
I cried. I was not happy about my weight gain. I was not at all pleased with it. It was not cool. Ever since high school, I've always been between 175, 185. Always.
I've never seen those weights in my life.
One what? Wait, what?
I said I've never seen those weights in my life for me.
I've always had like a swimmer's build. Like I'm lean, I'm tall, and I don't know. I went to the doctor. I want to say about like a month or two ago, and I got on that scale and 201.3, and I'm like, "Bitch, you're a lie." It was very upsetting for me personally. Don't want to offend nobody. I'm just saying me personally. It was just I wasn't cool with that. Like it hurt my spirit. I'm just like I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm like, my body really has changed. It's not what it once was. So I'm trying to get it back.
But it's probably just that COVID though, weight though, right?
I still don't like it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying like a lot of people were gaining weight. Honestly, I didn't even 260 was the biggest I've ever been. And I don't think that I even realized that I was that big until after I started losing the weight, because everybody was kind of like, every time I gain, when I'm that like bigger, people love that size for whatever reason. And as soon as I start losing the weight, it's like, oh my God, like you like they can instantly see it. For me, I don't ever even notice it. So like going back looking at those pictures, I'm like, wow, I was really looking like that. You know, I never looked at my stomach one time and be like, damn, you big this time. Like I never looked at it. Like
yeah, I'll have to say it was other people. Like when I started within the last month, I've really started to step outside the house and see old friends, see old coworkers and everything. Cause I'm starting to work again. Great. And some of them were just like, hey, look like you put on a little quarantine. I'm like, bitch, why are you talking to me?
I look at pictures from when I lived in New York, and because I've walked, obviously you walk everywhere in New York, you take the train, you're climbing stairs, multiple times a day to get to the subway. And I was very small, but even back then I thought I was big. But I was really small. And then it seems like after the first year of living in Atlanta, I filled out everything. And I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know when. So I'm gonna try to get down to my New York weight. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Do you have a body goal? Like if there was someone that you could mirror, like that's your target weight, that's your target goal. Like if I look in the mirror, this is what I want my body to look like. Like is there somebody out there that we possibly may know?
I like the way that my shape is. Like I have thick thighs, I have great calves. My legs are great. I wouldn't change my legs for nothing. My thighs, my calves, I wouldn't change any of that. It's probably my midsection, and I probably want a bigger chest. That's it. I would keep my actual frame. So I would probably The Rock is probably the only person I can kind of equate like body sculpture size like that. I would probably be, yeah. If I could just just get my cup a little bit bigger, and then yeah.
Okay.
How about you, Aaron? Since you're the one that's drastically changing your diet and such.
I don't think I would have to like really look at that, because I don't really know who has a body that I really wants to look like. I just don't want to be big. That's it. I don't really the muscles and all that don't really matter to me. I'm probably gonna have to do squats because my ass deflates when I lose weight as well. So I'm gonna have to get some squats going on here because it's not looking the way I want it to look back there. But
that's where some of my weight went to. I realized that now that I'm back at work and I gotta put on dress pants, I'm just like, So
you know what? I put on some dress pants today, and they look nice to me. But my regular clothes that I wear, they don't. They like, sir, we need a little butt lift back here.
I was in the airport after returning back to work in February, and one of my roommates and I's mutual friends, who is also a flight attendant for another airline, like ran into me in the airport and was like, "Damn, you filling out the uniform," and I was just like, "I'm sorry, it's COVID."
no,
I don't know, but yeah, I've noticed. But even now, what's interesting now that I am like regularly, working and walking and running and getting through during the day and moving a lot more during the day, I am losing a lot. I've noticed I'm losing weight, which is very interesting. Very, very interesting.
I think I realized I lost weight like when I was living in New Orleans because I was walking so much there too.
Mm-hmm.
I got really small when I was in New Orleans because I was walking everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, and surprisingly, that's really all that it takes.
Yeah.
If you're active and you're moving, if you purposefully move during the day at some point, whether you take a walk, whether you're walking to get something to eat, or whether you're walking to just take a break from work, it's really all that it takes for your body to kind of get into a rhythm for your for you to lose some weight. So
I think because we were sitting in COVID for so long, because normally I would be out and dancing in the clubs, and we're going to the parks, and we're walking from place to place.
We were active. Our bodies were consistently moving.
Yeah.
We were always doing something. Work always kept me active. Chasing around people, the little people,
but the kids.
Yeah, like I was always good, like going up and down stairs, in and out the. Now, but like we've been sitting for a good year, and that.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about potty positivity in our community? Like, how do you look at? Why are you laughing?
You already know how it is. You already know how it is.
I'm asking because like I sometimes, and I'll be very transparent with this, like. I'm not a small dude. I've never been a small framed twink, with the abs and the chest. I've never been that dude. I mean, well, okay, wait, let me take that back. When I was in 9th grade, I was this big. But obviously, since I have, hit puberty and grown into an adult, I've always been like a broad-shouldered, thick guy. So I've always looked at the guys with the bodies that everybody is always after or always wants. And I'm like, that's not me. And I don't think that it will ever be me. Right. Mm-hmm. So, there was this meme that has gone around for quite some time that like the dude's got his shirt up and he's got the chest and the belly. And he's like, listen, this is, if you're trying to date me, this is what I look like without my clothes off, or something to that effect. Like, this is what my body looks like. And I identify with that because I'm like, either you're going to like me for being a thick dude, or you're not. And if that's not your cup of tea, then okay, cool. So how do you feel? Like, do we need to have more visual pictures of like the various body types that we have? Or do you think we just all subscribe to the muscles and everything that we see?
I think that's all that we just see, period. Because a lot of, even like with the job choices that you see a lot of us have, it still kind of pertains to that. I mean, even if you think about a lot of the gay people, they have the underwear lines, or they have people are designers, things like that. I mean, even as a flight attendant, I made sure my clothes fit a certain type of way when I was, a flight attendant. And so I think it's just that. I mean, I think that that's all we ever see. We never get an opportunity to see a regular looking body or whatever. Because even that picture of Will Smith floating around right now with his belly out, and just like, wow, Will Smith looks like this. This is unnormal. Like people are freaking out,
Now let's be honest now. Will got a lot more attached to him than what the regular smuggler dude got going on.
Very true.
And let's be real. Will got the resources. He's about to get snatched. Okay,
I'm pretty sure.
That's the end result. Like Will is about to get snatched. I don't know if it's for a movie, for a photo. I don't know what it's going to be, but he's about to get snatched for some type of reason, and it's going to be looking.
Sure.
He'll have that that I Robot, that I Am Legend body bag, and it's
that Ali body that he had. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever really had a problem like with when it comes to dating with my weight though.
So you're saying you haven't had a problem with people
like that? I actually personally wanted to date myself. Like I don't think that's ever been like a hurdle that I've ever had, that I've come across. I mean, of course, there's been a few guys who don't like my body size at that time, but most of the time, 9 times out of 10, it was never really an issue for me. So,
how about you, E?
I don't know. A part of me doesn't know how to answer this question because I don't traditionally approach anybody.
Okay, so has anybody ever objectified you or turned you down because of the way that your body looked?
Yes.
Okay.
I've gotten too tall. I've gotten too dark skin.
You've gotten too. I'm sorry. Wait a minute. You've gotten too tall.
I've been turned down because I was too tall.
But that's not something you can help. Like it's not like you can be like, oh, let me chop my knees and let me be shorter. I don't.
I remember 3 individuals in particular where you're just talking, you're chatting, you slide in each other's DMs, the conversation starts and everything, and then I remember seeing them each. These are all at different times, but I remember seeing them each in public for the first time. And it's just like I remember on first impression, it went to the whole, oh, I didn't know you were so tall. Like you don't ever look that tall in your photos or anything like that. I'm like, oh, okay. And I never thought anything of it. And from that moment, I realized I can look back at the conversations and realize that the energy that they gave was the lesson. Kept getting lesser and lesser, and I realized that possibly my height was an issue. And I mean, I never thought that's something I can't change, clearly.
Right, of course.
But yeah. So
that's interesting. That's really interesting.
And yes, each of those gentlemen were shorter than me. So
that's really interesting. Coming from somebody that likes tall people.
Yeah.
I like someone to be taller than me, but that's just.
Yeah. I've gotten that. I didn't realize you were that dark skin. I never I don't know. I just never saw the things that I've been turned down for. I never saw being an issue.
Right, exactly.
So when it was brought to me, it's just like, oh, okay. And then you go home and you're looking in the mirror. And it's like, am I too dark skinned? Am I too tall? I don't know.
But I think it's interesting that they've engaged with you to that point where you meet in person and then it's like, oh, wait, no, this is not what I signed up for. I'm sure that you sent pictures and communicated with each other prior to.
My Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So it's not like that. That is not a valid excuse to me if you've seen me via, whether it's social media or if I sent you personal pictures. You've seen what I look like, so my skin tones isn't. It's the same as the pictures. I'm not Photoshop. I don't have a filter that bad. That's.
I don't. Yeah. Come on now. If anything, I love a good black and white filter. So that's the. But yeah.
I don't even think I would look at you as dark skin. So I don't know.
Right. That's the other thing.
Yeah.
I also want to point out something very clearly to our viewers. Easy is not wearing a hat today. And I just realized that you're not wearing a hat. So we get to see that you actually have a head full of hair. Because everybody is always asking what's under your hat.
That is exactly why there's no hat. Because I always get a DM or a message or something and be like, what's under the hat or the wrap or the scarf? It's not, I didn't know it was that big of a deal. So, but yes, I do have hair.
Yes.
It's mine. It is not glued on. This is all me.
I just want to make that very clear. So to everybody that has been asking, Easy is not wearing a hat today. You're welcome.
I need somebody to braid my hair though, for real. So if you braid hair, let me know.
Who was that? That was
Mario.
Thank you. I was like, somebody had a braid my hair song.
Yes. No, I got like about 5-6 inches of hair right here. So
hey, Duke,
it's all combed out. Yeah.
Yes. So basically, all in short, Easy made an effort today for the viewers. Because he wanted to make sure y'all saw all sides of Easy. Okay, so that was an interesting conversation, gentlemen, because I don't think we ever talk about like our views on weight and how the community perceives us as Black men of various shapes and sizes.
I mean, I do see heavier set men being photographed. I do see a lot more of them now. I don't think it equals out to what we typically see for in our community. But I mean, I do see there is a presence and there is a lane. But I it's just hard because I think we're so used to, like, honestly, you look at the club flyers. Who's on the club flyers? It's like,
yes, exactly.
You even with the underwear, who's featured in the underwear models? Like it's
never me.
Down and tatted and it's
I went to an event here 2 weekends ago, I think it was, called Deviant.
Oh, I can't go.
Oh, I heard about that.
I want to go so bad.
Yeah,
I want to go so bad, but
and
I
love that they send out the rules before you come there, because there's like, there's no body shaming. Like they want you to come in the way you feel sexy to yourself. And so it was a lot of different body type people there, but everybody was having a good time. And I really did appreciate that space being there or whatever.
So is it that you can wear like, like lingerie or like underwear or whatever you want?
To wear like you cannot wear anything but that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like you can wear your clothes to get there, but they will check your clothes in or at the door so you can wear what the theme is. I think when I went, the theme was work. So people were dressed up as like people from the army, lumberjacks, just different stuff. But it was like the sexy version of work. So
okay. Nice. See, you ain't tell me about that. I'd have came.
My friend actually hit me up like the day before he was going, and I was really mad because I'm like, stuff like that. Because of my body, I do want to make sure I'm appropriately wearing some things that make me look, right. And so I'm at home cutting up shit and trying to make something to wear, and it was a mess. It was a mess, but I had a good time though. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just go with what I have on. I sent him like 1,000 pictures of the options that I did have, and I ended up choosing what I had.
So I'm always putting you guys on blast and coming up with great and crazy pictures. Since we're talking about body shaming and what it does to our community, I'll share one of my photos of me.
I love that picture of you
in a very uncomfortable. It was one of the most uncomfortable photo shoots with Sharif at that time.
I think that's a dope picture of you though.
It was very uncomfortable. I can tell you that right now. I do not like to be naked on camera at all. I know that sounds weird. I just don't. I don't like to be naked.
Not a gay not liking to be naked on camera.
No, not me.
I'm right on there with you. I'm with you.
I don't, because I feel like I'm just like, this is the exposure, especially because I'm a hairy. That's the other thing too. Like I am a hairy guy. I can't help it. I will shave it, but it will grow right back and it'll be just as thick. So I am that is very much Caucasian of me. So I'm just not comfortable with it. And I've just chosen, but he made me, he was like, take your shirt off. I was like, no, like, you see, I'm trying to cover myself up, but apparently, I always put you guys on blast. So I thought I would share myself. So there you go.
I know I did a photo shoot recently. Actually, not recently. I want to say like maybe towards the beginning of COVID, and they asked me, they was like, unbutton your shirt there. I'm like, no, 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 that's not happening.
I think. Look, listen. I think that everybody should have the opportunity because I see that comment, but I think that everyone should give it a chance. You feel uncomfortable because it's the fear of the unknown, right? You feel like you're about to walk in and all these badass body men in here, and you the fat one, or you the one with the odd shape. But when you go in there, it's not even like that. It's like there are so many different types of bodies in there, and it's not like the mean girl section sitting in the back talking about. Even if they are, people are having so much fun that you just don't even notice it. But you also get an opportunity to just kind of be free for a second. So I think everybody who has the opportunity to go, just try it at least one time and just see for yourself.
I'm good.
You just went through that whole spiel and Easy's like, yeah, no. Thank you, New York to be for me. I appreciate that very much. I have a hard time in photos because I take a lot of photos just because it's fun, not because I'm trying to be anything other. But I have a hard time like having a sexy face.
Oh, I do
like,
too.
I have a very hard time trying to be like really sexy in camera. I can't. To me, my smile is sexy, so I will smile through the entire photo shoot. But when you want me to be like serious and like look at the camera, and then I'm like trying to give it too much, so then my eyes bulge and then my head like it's terrible.
I feel like when I smile in pictures, it comes off as though my smile looks really fake. So I hate it. That's why in my pictures you never see me smiling at anything, because I feel like if the camera takes too long to click the picture, the smile just looks so unrealistic to me, and that's why I don't never do it.
You gotta get a smoldering eye.
Small. Who? What's that?
What is a smoldering?
It's. I don't know how to explain. Like it's just. I'm gonna send you one. How about that? There we go.
Look, No. Is that it?
Older, like you squint a little bit. Like I sent you a picture. You try that one.
Let's see where you sent it. Hang on.
I think my pictures always exude who I am as an individual, because I mean I'm probably not smiling most of the time anyway, unless I'm laughing or something. So I don't really feel like I feel like I want to give off what you gonna get.
There's also that.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes across.
I'm extremely laid back, chill personality person. Like I'm not that person that's always out just smiling in everybody's face, trying to talk to everybody. Unless I've been drinking, then it's a little bit different.
Not you've been drinking.
But other than that, you're not about to get a bunch of stuff. Even if you call my phone, you got about 5 minutes before I got to make up an excuse why I got to get off the phone.
See, that part. I don't even like to talk. We're not even going to talk about that. I'm not a talk on the phone kind of guy. You can send me a text message and I'll be all right.
We could probably count on hands how many times you've actually had phone conversations.
That's true, including today. That's it. We probably had 3 in the 3 years that we have been on this show. It's probably been 3 phone conversations.
It works for me though.
First of all, okay. I'm gonna just go ahead and just share the screen, because clearly
what happened?
Easy has to teach us what life is like on the other side of things when you have a smoldering eye and nobody else does in life. I mean, I'm
that's
just
a smoldering eye right there.
Well, he sent pictures of others, but I'm just going through the, trying to.
That's a good one.
Which one?
Towel on the head.
This one. No, this one.
Yeah. Talk about the point like you can see me.
I
know. So Easy has that's because, okay, so what I have learned in doing this is that you don't overthink it. Just relax. Don't overthink it. Relax. If somebody act like somebody called your name, that kind of deal.
Like who?
What? You know.
Me?
What? What? So funny. See.
That was
all right, Eve.
That was a good shoot. I have fun in front of the camera. It's a whole different person when I get in front of the camera.
Clearly. Clearly, this is a whole different easy.
What's up?
It's just a whole different person.
It is. It's a whole different persona. That is not Eric. That is easy.
Every time I've done a photo shoot, they're like, "Can you change your face a little bit?" I'm like, "I am."
It's like that. I am changing my face.
You remember when we did it with Sharif? He was saying, "I'm like, I'm changing it. This is what it is. I don't know what to do."
I am changing my face.
I'm so awkward unless I'm the one taking the pictures of me. So it's just like I don't know.
I'll say this: it runs in that family for me too. My sisters are crazy good. Like they be modeling their asses off too. You may see them on Fashion Nova. They be on there. So.
Oh, all right, Fashion Nova.
I need to start teaching a class on what these faces are because we don't be knowing.
I'll be trying to listen to Tyra, and she has an understanding that I don't have. So
I still can't figure out what smizing is.
Let me tell you something. We watched that faithfully growing up. Like my sisters and I, as siblings, we watched America's Next Top Model faithfully. We made sure dinner and the house is cleaned up. So 8 o'clock come around, we sitting there waiting for the UPN. Oh Lord, UPN, y'all know about
that. Not UPN.
Yes. Me and my first gay best friend, that's how we became best friends because we used to sit and watch like the marathons of that. Every time the marathon came on, we would get in the bed, watch popcorn, and we would be watching together? The whole marathon. Yes, we would have a whole day of just that.
We got to work on your boundaries by getting in bed with your friends. Like this is what we talked about last week.
Because I just be trying to chill, so it's like we ain't doing shit.
Listen,
but you know what? I mean, it's probably because I was sleeping in bed with my mom too, and my sister. So I mean, that's probably why I'm like that.
You should be welcoming people in the bed.
Just climb in, honey. Everybody's welcome.
Not everybody.
Everybody climb in.
If you have been in my room, that means that we are real friends, for real. Like seriously, because I don't think that I'll just let people be in my bed like that.
I had to think if we were real friends, and we are. So okay,
yeah, we've been in the bed together.
Yeah, we have. We have. We are real friends.
I'm gonna need a blanket and a pillow.
Yes, that's fine. You can have your own.
Yes, I'm gonna be out here on the sofa.
I mean, my bed is so big. It's like it's not like
it's okay. I'm be right.
It's not an intimate situation. So.
It's okay. I'll be right here on the sofa.
It's not like we snuggling. We,
you know what? Let me just call me a hotel. Let me
just clearly right.
And most of these fools, I got a couch, but they be like, "I'm sleeping with you." I'm like, "Okay, fine, come on."
More couch for me.
Say, Aunt Gwen is here. Hello, Auntie.
Hey.
Because what she will do, what she did last week, she was like, "Why you not putting up my comments?"
That was my other aunt.
Oh, that's the other aunt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, "Ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." Goodness gracious.
Actually, 3 of my aunts be in here. I didn't realize that, but 3 of them be in here.
Yes. So, Auntie, welcome, Auntie Gwen. So glad you are here. Gentlemen, we have one letter. We have one letter from this week that let's do one. As always, the segment is called Dear Heartbeats. It's a letter from our fans. And so this fan writes, you and your best friend are roommates. And your best friend is habitually cheating on his boyfriend, whom you're also friends with. You ask your best friend to not place you in compromising positions where you would have to lie to a friend because that goes against your core values rather of friendship.
Mm-hmm.
He agrees, but shortly after continuously puts you in a position where you're asked to lie in the name of being his best friend. For example, he brings guys to the apartment you both share in and tells you if his boyfriend calls to say he's not there, which the boyfriend always calls me when he can't get in contact with him. Or he'll lie and say that he's working overtime, but he'll really be out with guys, and you're aware of this. It's a 3-part question.
Okay.
Number one.
I got an answer already.
Number one, does it make you a bad best friend if you don't wish to lie for your best friend when he's doing things you don't believe in? That's the first question. Let's start there.
Absolutely not. If someone is putting you in a compromising position where you're questioning your morals, that's not a real best friend, because a real best friend wouldn't put you in that predicament, because they know how you are, they know your faith, or how you are with people, or how you want to be as just a person. And if you want me to be something that I'm not, you're not here to support me. You're not looking out for me. Like that's not real friendship. You're not gonna put me in harm's way. That's just my opinion.
Y'all are roommates.
Yeah.
And he's asking you to lie to his boyfriend, whom you're also friends with.
Don't do that to me. Don't put me in the pocket like that. So I don't think that's true. I don't think you're not a bad best friend for not wanting to defend him that way.
I would never just want to be in this position, period, at all. Like I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do.
I know exactly what I would do.
I mean, I'm not. I don't really know how to answer this.
So let me ask this particular question this way, because I'm thinking about it, because a lot of times things will happen. Like if we're best friends, we're best friends. I mean, like I know where all the bodies are buried. I know things about you that nobody knows. However, I think a lot of times we don't call our best friends out on their bullshit when it's bullshit, right? So, so would you, emphatically be, a hard ass to him to say, you got to stop this shit, and then you got to stop putting me in a position that's uncomfortable for me? Like, would you actually be aggressive for him to change his behavior, or would you sweep it under the rug and be like, child, that's my best friend, child, she gonna do what she grown, like as we tend to do sometimes with our best friends, we tend to, pacify them for things that they do that are not, that we know that we wouldn't accept that behavior from anybody else. So why are we accepting it from our best friend?
Yeah, I don't think we should. I don't think anyone should, because you're enabling the problem.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why I'm probably having a hard time even answering this is because, I mean, my friends know, like, I just don't want to be around anybody's mess with anything,
That part.
One of the reasons why I'm having an issue with a friend, in my current life, because I just don't want to be involved in it. Like, I don't want no one to be able to call me and ask me nothing that I cannot really say about my friend. So to me, it's just like, I mean, when this has happened, even I guess before, like when I think we was dating other people, I'm like, why would you be doing that? Like, just leave the dude if you don't want to be with him. Like, what's the point in this? Like, what are you getting from it? Because to me, logically, this doesn't make any sense. Because then you're going to want somebody for real, and then they're doing it to you, and then you're going to be sitting here complaining to me. I don't want to hear about it because I just sit here and watch you do it to someone else.
Because karma is real.
So I think that my friends, like, literally, they know not to even do this around me. With my roommates and my friendships, they know this, because to me, I'm looking at you like, this is stupid. You could literally probably tell the nigga you want to have an open relationship and he probably wouldn't give a damn. Or you could just leave him. Like, you have options.
Or I'm going to look at you funny, because I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? And honestly, people will interpret that whole, birds of a feather flock together. I don't
No, they don't.
no, trust me.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
No, I don't believe it either to a certain extent, but at the same time, it's the perception of things because they're gonna look at you like, oh.
Well, I think you got to also.
And they may not know that it's true or not, but just the whole of knowing like that's a messy motherfucker. But look who his best friend is. They probably with the she probably with the shits. And I'm just like, I'm not about to be around that type of mess. Yeah, you're not about to break me down too.
Yeah.
You're just not. I don't want that. And like Aaron said, I don't want that type of drama. I don't want that type of energy around me. I don't. No disrespect to you. You grown. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. You just don't have to do it over there.
Yeah. Like, I'm very quick to cut that shit off for me because it's like, one, I'm not about to be sitting here lying and then trying to keep up with the lie because I can keep up my own motherfucking lies. So keeping yours and mine's going on is just, it's going to be too much for me.
I'm just stop.
I need to get out of here. I can't do it. By the time we got to the end of the situation, I done told this man one thing, you done told him another thing. I done forgot what the whole story was, and it's all my fault. Like, I just don't put me in. That's probably the reason why they don't even do it around me either, because they know I'm probably not gonna be able to keep up with them.
He said, "I got my own lies to keep up with, bitch."
Listen, and that's real. That's real.
It's very true. Very true.
That's real. Okay. The second question to this: is he a bad friend for asking me to lie when he knows what being in this position does to me?
I just say that in the first answer, yes. He
but
is
also, I mean, devil's advocate.
Oh shit.
But
I knew it was coming.
Devil's advocate, but why does he feel like he has to do this? Like, why is he not just leaving this relationship? Like, is there a reason? You know, maybe, and even though the reason may be good for him, it still may not be a really good reason. But some people, it is hard for them to let people down or hurt people or things like that.
But that's still got nothing to do with you.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. That's maybe why he's doing these things and hoping that you're going to lie for him because he doesn't know how to break it off with the boy, or he doesn't know, how to make the changes that are necessarily need to be changed in this relationship.
And this is where I have a problem with, because if you don't know how to communicate to get out of a relationship, but you communicate with several other people to get into other ones, that's an issue. Because you got Tom, Dick, and Harry coming up in this house that you're asking me to lie about. So you are able to get on the phone, the Googler or whatever, and have conversations with
the Googler
random people to create a situationship. But you can't just tell the other dude over here, look, bro, I ain't feeling you.
I think it depends on how much your heart is invested in that relationship, though, or to that individual. Period. Oh. Because if it's someone, I'm thinking of when I dated like my ex-girlfriend, like our issue. It was huh?
You've been talking about her a lot lately.
Well, because I only had 2 relationships. I had 3 relationships, 2 girls and 1 guy. But and this is the first one, not the last one. But our issue was really small. It wasn't a big deal, but it was a big deal to me. But we were best friends too. So trying to get out of that relationship was really hard for me. I didn't really know how to do it or what to say. And at the time, there was someone else that was trying to date me at that time. And we were kind of talking to each other, but I was not out of that. So I didn't want to like mix anything up. And so with this relationship, it was 3 of us. It was me. It was 2 girls that we were all best friends. Me, these 2 girls and me. And I had to go to my other friend, like, I don't really know how to tell her that her breath smells bad. And so it was crazy because we had been around each other so much. I never smelled her breath. And when we had to start kissing, I was like, oh my God, like this is bad. Like this is not no regular shit. And I was like, let me give it a few days because maybe she's just having a bad day. I didn't know what it was. So when I finally said it to our other friend, she was like, I don't know how you did not know this. And I was like, I don't know if I've been in her face like this. I just didn't know. So it took me like 2 weeks to actually go to her and break things off. And I think it was because she just would not stop asking me. Like she had a bunch of friends that was coming like, she wants some feedback, something's going, like what's going on, to the point
on what?
Because I kind of like just cold turkey stopped really dealing with her.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
So I was like, I had to tell her something, but because we were best friends, it was hard. Like I didn't know how to address the situation.
Okay. I don't even want to address that.
I don't even know what to say to that right now.
I wish my other best friend was watching because me and her are really good friends still. Not the girl I dated, but the other one. And like when I came to her with this, like she was really like, this is funny, but it's not funny. So in school, like we used to ride with each other to go eat or whatever, right? And so on, I think Tuesdays, Buffalo Wild Wings, BW3s, whatever y'all call it, they had like a 25-cent wing or something like that day or whatever. And on days that it would rain, my other best friend would be sitting in the back seat and she would roll her window. I'm like, why the fuck this bitch got the window down and it's raining in the car? And literally it was because she told me, she was like, the mixture of the hot sauce and her breath, I just can't not take it. So it was like, that's how bad it was. But I'm like, how did I miss this?
I want to know either because like y'all had to do something before like y'all decided on a relationship.
She just really like started popping up in my house all the time. We were hanging out a lot, but we weren't in each other's face like that. It was like, at first I thought we were just friends. And then she started coming to my house and like going to my mom's church with me and things like that. So we became a lot closer to the point like we were together every single day.
And you never.
But you have to realize I really can't smell anything because my allergies are really, really, really bad. So unless I'm in your face or the whatever it is that's in my face, I really can't smell it.
So y'all never kissed beforehand?
We never kissed before we had to start to date. No. That was my first girlfriend too. So no, I had.
Oh yeah, you didn't know the process. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, after that, I made sure I did all those things, before I decided on a relationship. Okay. But I just didn't know.
Okay, well, I'm not doing. I can't touch that.
That did not help. That did not help. I'm trying to tell you, I gave that girl gum. I gave her Tic Tacs. I gave her Altoids. I gave her every breath thing. I was like, when they had those strips out at that time, I gave her those. None of it worked. I gave her those.
Because at that point, she needs a dentist.
Yes, she definitely like had halitosis.
To a doctor.
Yeah,
because that's something lodged in her throat, and you can't do nothing with that.
It's not even in her throat; it's in her gums.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah. But anyway, back to the letter. Because I don't know what to do.
Y'all see, my mind every time we go through stuff, I do be overthinking like everything. I'm like, well, wait a minute now, because I mean, this could have been a situation you don't know. I don't know.
Anywho, I'm gonna pull up Dwayne and bring it right back, and we're gonna gather this up and make this U-turn. Yeah, no, I do think he is a bad friend. I think he is a bad friend for putting you in that predicament, especially if he knows how you feel about it. But yeah, that's a bad friend. That's a bad friend.
Lastly, to bring it home, the last question: what advice can you give to the best friend who is in the situation?
I would get out of it. Like I would not have no parts of nothing. I would let my friend that lives in my house know that I do not put me in anything. If your boyfriend calls, I will block your boyfriend from my phone. I don't want no parts of this. I will exit the friendship before I stay involved in approach.
I would text my friend. Be like, come on over. We're having game night. The night your boyfriend bring another nigga home, come on over. And if you're not going to sit here and squash this situation, I'm going to squash it. Look, come on over, boo. I got pizza coming. I got a few drinks. We're going to have a little game night. If you don't end this, because you're not about to put me in the pocket. No, I'm going to send a text message. Come on over. What you doing?
You know what? Being a friend is easy. You have to understand if food is involved, it may not be a good situation. So we done heard about the edible arrangement, and now we're getting pizza and drinks.
I'm just saying, don't put
Easy
me in the pocket.
if I get some food surprisingly from Easy, something's going on. I may need to brace myself before we have this conversation.
Listen,
don't
if there
put
is
me
food
in the
involved,
pocket with no bullshit. Like, don't do that. Like, do not oh, I'm not about to sit here and lie for you. And especially for me and about relationships and how I feel about relationships, cheating is just something that I'm just like, no. Like,
I kind of want to talk about that a little bit more in depth, right? Because here's the thing. I think while there are a sect of people that cheat because they're just not honest with how they feel or what they're feeling or what's going on with them. So they and because they don't want to hurt the other person's feelings, so to speak. Like I get that there's those sect of people that do that, right? But then I think there's also a sect of people that are not, like, they don't really, maybe they are polyamorous and they don't know, or they don't know how to express like how they feel as it pertains to not being able to be monogamous. Like, monogamy is not something that they're capable of doing. And I you kind of have to look at it from those kind of perspectives. And I know some people would be like, that's bullshit. I get that. But there are some people that are like legitimately just don't know what to put the words to it. And especially in our community, because monogamy and polyamory are something that new terms that are being tossed around with the younger group of guys and girls in our community. But for us, it's kind of like older heads to a degree, but not older. I mean, we're older. You know, like, we still have the understanding or the mindset that we want the house and the picket fence and the family, you know, and the relationship like our grandparents had. You know, we're still of a certain age where we can still we still think that that's tangible and that's how relationships should be, which is totally understandable. However, how do you explain, you know, somebody that decides that they want to be polyamorous or that they want to love multiple people at one time?
That's fine.
I think that people are having an easy time with saying that now. I think there are people that are probably from our generation are probably having a hard time with that. But, you know, these people that's in these early 30s now, they are not having an issue with letting you know that listen, this is what I like. If you want to do this, go do this out here. But this relationship's still going to last because this is what we're going to do. This is our agreement. And we're making, I think we were taught a relationship between a man and a woman because we got together as men. Now it's between a man and a man, and we've been kind of operating in that way. But I mean, a lot of people have been privately doing that, and we just don't know that. And so the perception is that this is what a relationship looks like, when all along this is not what the real relationship has been looking like. Because even if you think about it, the people that are monogamous, they are still in polyamorous relationships because their partner is out here cheating on them or wherever that goes. So I think that the honesty part is coming in because, you know, this younger generation is seeing that and they're just like, hey, I'm gonna just be honest and say this is what I want. And I feel like, even I think when I was saying earlier on this, I'm like, you never know what the other person's response is going to be if you come up with this. I.e., when I got my relationship, that was the first thing that I asked. You know, is this monogamy? Is this threesome? Is this, you know, we bring other people to the relationship? I want to know up front because I don't want to walk into some bullshit and then I got to be mad about some shit that I don't got to waste my time being mad about.
I think it's interesting that was one of the first questions that you asked, even being that was your first male relationship. Like, where did you get the idea or the understanding that you needed to ask that question?
I just have seen so much, and I was just like, you know, I would rather just be realistic and honest with this person versus walking into this and being like, oh, this will be monogamy, and then tomorrow he's cheating on me, and now I'm sad and depressed. Let's nip this in the bud first. You know, do you want to be monogamous? You know, and that's no one ever taught me that. I don't think I even knew what the word polyamorous was at that time. I just was asking, you know, how does this look? Because I've never really seen the little bit of time frame that I was hanging around gay people. I just never seen a relationship that was just two guys at that time. Most of them were cheating on each other or whatever. So I'm just like, you know, let me know up front.
Like, and for you, Easy, I know that like you've said multiple times that cheating is just the absolute be all end all. It is not something that you can handle. It's not something that you're willing to talk about, not something you really work through.
I mean, what is there to work through? What are we working through? I don't understand.
I mean, I guess
I think there's different reasons why people cheat, though.
Exactly.
That's fine. That's fine. You can have a reason,
but sometimes
I ain't gotta accept it.
But sometimes the reason that the person is cheating is not because the person literally wants to cheat on you.
But
it's something, but it could be something that they've been talking to you about over and over and over again, and you may not, and you may not be giving this to them. You may not be fulfilling a part of the relationship. So because they cheat on you, are they the only wrong person, or do you actually take fault in the fact that, listen, I have vocalized to you and we've had conversations, and I kept saying, hey, this is something I need. It may not be something sexually, but it may be something that maybe it's a part of my love language or something that's detrimental to our relationship. Like, hey, I need you to go get a job because, these bills are getting heavy. Or, hey, I need to talk to you when I get home because my work is so stressful and I need this. Or, hey, I like to do this during sex. You don't like to do this, and I want to try this with you. I know you may not like it with other people, but at least try with me to give me the benefit of the doubt, because we in this relationship and we have committed to each other. Those are things to me that I think about when it does come to that. It's not always just like, oh, he just wants to fuck everybody that's walking down the street. It could be some emotional things that are attached to the reason why that person did that. And granted, it is wrong for them to go out and cheat, but it's also wrong for you not to fulfill parts of the relationship if they are communicating those things to you.
If I'm communicating certain things that, okay, you want something, and this is something that I'm really not willing to budge on this. Like, that's just not something that I want to do. I don't feel comfortable doing it, even if it's with you. If you're still not man enough to tell me, like, you know what, if that's the case, then I gotta go. Cool. I'm not about to sit here and beg nobody to stay. That's just not me.
But take it out of
that's more important over the relationship that we're building or have built. Cool.
But take it out of a sexual standpoint and take it into like an everyday life situation where it is like, like let's say that I'm a doctor or something, and when I get home, like I really want to come home and I want to just kind of release on you. Like I want to tell you about my day. I want to let you know how much this has been. Maybe you're getting tired of hearing that every day or whatever. Maybe maybe I just be like, for me, I'm an overthinker. Maybe I think things. I really want to talk to you about things, and you're not doing the talking. So then there's someone who comes around and they start talking. What I'm not getting from you, I'm getting from them. Do you take fault in that at all? Do you take responsibility in the fact that my partner wanted something that is something that I could actually do? I mean, I want to do it all the time. Maybe we could have made a schedule, or we compromised and said, on Sundays we release, or on these days we release, unless it's something that's very important or that's bothering you a lot, or like a whole lot, where I just need to do it, like where we can kind of compromise on it. Do you take fault in that at all?
I see where you're going. And personally, me, I would do something like that. Like create a schedule where we can have a release day, where we can have a moment where we just unload, and then like even set a timer to it. Just like, this is what we're going to talk about. This is what we're going to do. And then once it's over with, we go right back to where we were. Like I'm willing to do those type of things in a relationship and to be there for my partner. My thing is, I just feel like the whole cheating thing, like you have the audacity, you have the willingness to build something with someone else behind my back. And the reason you're doing it behind my back is because I don't really approve. I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to be hurt. I'm going to be crushed by this. So do it.
I don't think that's not always the case. It's not the fact that
how is it not?
Because it's not about the fact that you don't approve of it, or this is something that you don't want to do. A lot of times it does happen because there are pieces that are missing in your relationship. And I mean, I can definitely give you this stories, because there a lot of for the relationship that I was in, there were times where I did confide in people, where I did feel like, you know, when I started talking to someone else, they were giving me something where it almost just felt like for a minute I was able to escape and get this piece of this relationship that I needed. Now, granted, counseling started to happen and we started to talk with the counselor, so that helped out a lot. But for a long time, it was just me saying, hey, you know, this bothers me. I have abandonment issues. When we argue and you say I'm leaving, that bothers me. When you just don't answer the phone, or, you know, I can't find you, it bothers me. Like, these are things that I feel like are not taught to us, to have the conflict resolution to handle these type of things, because we do have our own personal issues, and that's not no one else's fault but our own fault. But when you get in a relationship with someone, for me personally, if you tell me something that hurts you, I'm purposely going to try my best not to do those things. But if it's something that I cannot do, there has to be some kind of alternate to helping that. Like I said, like even with that abandonment thing, it's like, you know, maybe not leaving the house, you know, just going to another room. You know, that was something that the counselor gave us. Or just not saying that I'm leaving, just saying, you know what, I'm done with this conversation. I don't want to talk about this anymore. There were different things because again, I can call someone else and then they can be talking to me, but I'm feeling like right now there's a hole that is gaping from something that I need, and you're just not giving it to me. And like, that doesn't mean every time that this happens, I go cheat on you. But what it does mean is that my partner is failing at this part in this relationship, because we are supposed to be helping and catering to each other and making sure that we are filling in those gaps. And that's, we didn't just date to have sex and not deal with each other's personal issues or what goes on. Like, sometimes I need you to be there emotionally for me or mentally there for me, because I can't do it.
I think that our perspectives on cheating in particularly are subjective, right? Easy has a very, very stark, like, cheating is a no-go, no deal, no ham, no turkey, what have you. Like, it is not, there's no discussion, right? I, on the other hand, you know, I want to know why.
Yeah.
Right. I want to get down to the bottom of why you cheated. It may not be a no-go for me personally, because I want to know why. Right. And yes, I'm going to be hurt or upset or what have you. I should, or I may or may not, you know, it depends on what the situation happened, how the situation unfolded. However, cheating to me signifies something else. Not because you wanted to go behind my back and hurt me and et cetera, but it signifies that either there's a deficiency, like you're talking about, Aaron, where there, you know, I've expressed to you what I want and I'm not getting it, or I think that it leads deeper into the conversation surrounding, you know, maybe you're polyamorous, or maybe that you just can't handle monogamy. Maybe monogamy is not in your, you know, I don't know, DNA or your makeup, or for you, or for how you want to live your life, you know. So let's have a deeper conversation as to why you're feeling the way that you're feeling, or what you're, you know, to kind of unpack what that actually is. Right. Now, a lot of people may not subscribe to that. Like, a lot of people might feel easy. They're just like, no, that's bullshit. You cheat on me. That's it. I get it. Totally understandable. But then I really want to kind of take the villainy out of cheating, because I think that's only one side of it. It's only one side of it, though.
That's hard.
Right?
I mean, that is one side of it, but that's also hard because it's still wrong. Because if we don't have an agreement that this is what we're doing in this relationship, it makes it wrong. Period.
I understand that, and I'm not saying that you should have the mindset that I have immediately, like, I want to get down to the bottom of it. I want to know. I'm not saying that, because obviously that takes maturity. Yeah, that takes growth for you to be able to, like, okay, there's something else going on other than the infidelity or the cheating, right? There's a more deeper reason why that is taking place. Totally understandable. And I'm not saying that everybody has the maturity to be able to handle it that way. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, at some point, understand that that is not just the be all end all that they wanted to hurt you. Because there are people out there that actually do. There are people out there that actually cheat because they, they're nasty or they're villainous or whatever the case is, or they just, they want their cake and eat it too, or whatever, however you want to put all of that. However, I really think that that we should kind of like open up our perspective as it pertains to cheating and, monogamy and polyamory. And I say all of this because this is on the heels of the conversation from a Red Table, because I love me some Red Table. But
I just saw that episode too.
Yeah, where Willow,
I gotta watch that one because I didn't see that one.
Willow decided, that she came out as polyamorous, and her and Gam had a very uncomfortable conversation
I'm Gam
because Gam is old school, and Gam is like, no, I don't see myself loving multiple people in one room at the same time. Like, what do you mean? Like, and I get, but understand, like, for her as a younger generation person, that is a little bit more receptive to, polyamory, or, and not that she's not, repulsed by monogamy. She's just, I am kind of a little more of a free spirit to love on who I love, and that's it. And
I'm gonna tell you what Gam wasn't opposed to when Niecy Nash was on there and they was talking about her dating other women. She was okay with that though.
It's still just like, I'll say this. I'm all for everyone.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
She was a little passionate about that one.
Baby, the way that she watched Niecy rub the back of Jessica's head, baby, she was like, now wait.
Even if you heard the conversation they were having about it, she was like, I think a woman could love a woman better than a man. She was not opposed to that. Now
get you some, Gam. Get you some.
That's all I'm
sorry. That took me because I picked up on that too. I was like, what? Well, Gam, wait a minute. I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying I am not opposed to anyone finding themselves, and like you said, with the younger generation and everyone being so open about their sexuality and so open about their fluency, live your best life, do you. But at the same time, don't be out here hurting people in the process. Because there's a lot of us who did not sign up for that. That's not what we're here for.
Yeah.
So I would have more love and admiration for you to come to me and be like, you know what, we gotta part ways, because at this point in time, what I need, you can't give me.
Ooh,
okay, I would rather have that honest conversation and walk away as friends, because I can respect you for that. I can respect you for not wanting to put me through some bullshit, and we just separate that way. That's just me. I'm not everybody. Everybody ain't me, but that's just me. I would have more love and admiration for you to come to me, sit down, have a face to face, and let me know, like, look, this isn't going to work because of A, B, C.
Let me ask you this though: do you think, like, after you have a real long-term relationship, do you think that would change? Because I think that, I guess, walking into relationships, I think I felt like that, and it's all people always say, you never know what you're going to do until it's in front of you. And so for me, I just feel like I stuck around for a lot that I probably should have left way before I did. But a lot of the cheating stuff that happened, I really didn't care because I wasn't having sex with him either. So because I didn't like the sex, so I was like, have at it, whoever wants to come get it. I was ringing the dinner bell outside. Here's here for you, because to me, I just didn't want to do it. I'm like, it's better for you than it is for me. I just love the band. That was it. So I was just, I think in different situations, it does become different, and you start to open up your views on things a little bit differently, because honestly, I probably would not have cared for the rest of my life if it was like that, because I did love the man. I just didn't like the man's sex, and that was it.
What was the question that you had?
I was asking, does he think that once he gets into a relationship, will his views change on those things? Because people always say, once you never know until it happens to you. Or you, like when you fall in love with someone, yeah, right now you're saying that, but then let somebody, grab a real hold of your heart, and there's things that you're saying you would never do happen. Do you feel like those things would change? Because it does. I mean, well, it has. I mean, that doesn't mean for everybody, but I know it did for me. And a lot of people always say that. So that was my question.
No.
Okay.
All right. That was simple.
I guess that's that on that.
That was
All
that
right.
on that.
We got a couple of comments in the thread here. Let's see what we got. So King Nathaniel, definitely, if you want to write in for next week's show, please go to aothpodcast.com and write in for next week's show.
Absolutely.
King
Nathaniel is new, right? We haven't saw him before.
I don't think we've seen him before. Welcome.
So welcome. Yeah, welcome.
Chef says people are murdered innocently over foolishness, and that's plain foolishness. People are crazy. All right. Well,
what was that for?
The letter itself.
Oh, okay, got
you. So we do have a couple of topics of questions to throw out there.
Okay.
Hang on. What was said?
You guys actually lifted up my day because I was exhausted by the time we got on here, but I'm feeling a little bit better right now.
We can tell. What was said says I have a topic. Stay home. When a straight guy is flirty and playful, can we feed into it or should we shut it down?
Shut it down. That's simple. He's a straight guy.
He's not straight.
Sometimes we misinterpret what flirty and playful is with these straight men.
That's good.
Okay, yeah. All right. What was said? What's the flirt?
I would need to know what it was, because I mean sometimes we think playful and flirty ain't flirty at all. It's they just being playful. So I'm gonna take it a step further. Your trainer, your personal trainer, who is only, you assume he's straight, he claims he's straight, he hits on the girls in the gym, but he's flirty and playful when y'all are doing y'all reps, when you're doing your stretches. Do you shut it down or do you feed into it? My personal trainer? Well, I ain't gonna have one, so I can tell you the one I had, he was gay. So
easy.
Child, I can't see a personal trainer. I'm not gonna stick with it, so I'm not wasting my money no more.
I need a clear damn sign, honestly. Like if I'm doing my reps, if you drop your dick on my forehead, then I'll know. Then we can take it from there. But that's the only.
So basically, you got to pull it out and drop it on your forehead.
Forehead. You sitting there, you spotting me? Go ahead. If them balls touch my forehead, it's a go. Let's go.
So this goes to a new Facebook watcher. Bill is here. So what if a straight guy shows you his stuff?
I mean, it's not a straight guy anymore.
Yeah, the tables have turned.
That is not true. I don't think that's true.
Show me his stuff. How? If
straight man show another.
So okay, Dwayne, how could this not be true? I want to know the answer to that.
Just because he shows you his genitalia does not mean that he's not straight.
What is that? So why is he showing it to me?
He might be a nudist. He might like the just being a nudist.
We not at the nude beach.
Dwayne. I never in all my days I thought I would see Aaron and I team up together and call you out with some bullshit.
I don't think calling him gay because he shows another man his junk. I mean, that's not the physical art of sex. Penetration in another man's booty would they maybe, and even then it might not be considered him gay. He might be bisexual. Like you can't just say he's gay because he shows his genitalia.
If he shows a gay man his
attention for what? If you know I'm gay,
exactly.
I know you're straight.
First of all,
it out.
And that's
what are you whipping it out for?
And I'm gonna just say this: for me, you showing me your dick you're definitely not just showing me your dick for the fun of it.
You're opening the door for more to happen.
You don't watch this podcast. Me, you've had conversations. You already know you don't show me a dick that it's not for fun. Like, I'm not looking at dick for fun. So this is not.
You didn't see my likes on Twitter, like you.
Right. Even though you may not see my likes because y'all showing me about the bookmarks now.
Oh yeah. You don't see my likes on there.
So I will say this. I know a straight man.
Mm-hmm.
Straight has physical sex with women.
Mm-hmm.
Physical. And he likes to share the videos with me and show me his manhood. But that doesn't mean that he wants me to do anything with it. Like I can't answer. I can't answer why he does it. But he shares.
Do you want to answer this easy? Because I mean, it's
no, I have. I legitimately. I mean, because we at the end of the day, he's a cool dude. We cool. And we all know on the podcast, I'm not a bottom. So showing me your dick is not going to do anything for me personally.
Okay.
So
well, you're a convertible top. Let's make sure we.
And my top does not convert for his penis. So it does nothing. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, it's a nice penis, but that's it. It's nice. I don't know.
So can you send me videos?
I haven't wanted to. Like, it doesn't. I mean, I don't.
You should do it. You should do it. Return the favor. No, real talk. Return the favor and see what happens.
Something is going on here where to me it just don't sound right. Because if he's sending you videos, if it was my friend, I would definitely shoot him a video of you back and see how he responds to that. I would.
Yeah.
Because he also makes reference, I guess he has other gay friends, right? So he also makes reference to like the other gay friends.
They love looking at his dick. That's what he loves the men admiring his dick.
I mean, okay, sure. However,
and he's probably curious why you're not giving that same type of energy.
I was gonna say because the other, like his other friends are like, they try to, but we're just cool. I mean, like, dude, well, I mean, smash, that's great. You did good. You know, she was, whatever.
Yes. You need to reply with a video or a picture. And that's when you're going to get your answer.
I'll be like, first of all, why am I looking at pussy?
Well, I don't really.
My straight friend sent me pussy one time. I was livid. And I followed back and sent him some dick pics. They weren't mine. But maybe the messages that followed. Yeah, don't no straight man do that.
I'm not buying that story at all. I'm not.
I mean, it doesn't bother me. I'm just be like, oh, okay.
It just sounds like he's throwing the bait in the water, and he's just not
video right now.
Catching the fish, because I mean the bait is definitely there.
Send him a video, shoot a picture, send it to him right now, and let us know his response.
And see what happens.
We can do like a live reaction.
Yes, a live reaction. Let's do it right now. Right now, on air.
Right now. Let's go to some of the comments.
Oh,
let's go. We're going to go to some of the comments. I'd play along until they get graphic and very, very specific. Ain't no straight man intentionally showing you his dick.
At all.
I mean, okay.
I have a lot of straight friends. None of them purposely have just sent me their dick pictures.
Yeah.
Or visiting them fucking. Like, it's never happened.
But have you had like general conversations, like sexual conversations with your straight friends? Not with like trying to conquer the straight man.
My straight male friends.
My friend came on here. That guy Lonnie, Abu came on here, but I mean, we've had those conversations. I've never seen his dick. Like, he's never sent me him fucking no pussy, no nothing like that. So no.
Okay. I mean, he's not gay. He's bisexual, curious, pan, or demisexual.
Oh, I definitely think he's curious. At the least.
But what was not listed in here was that he was straight, and that's all we was
He wants to see if you're gonna compliment him on his body or his stroke game.
He's fishing for something that you're not giving him. I promise you that.
But he continues to do it though. Like, that's what I'm saying. So it's like,
I guess you haven't given him what he's looking for.
So
but I'm not that dude. Like, I'm not gonna.
But does he know that you're a top?
We don't have that. I mean, I don't return sexual conversation with like his advances of showing me his conquers of females like that.
So
I mean,
y'all don't have sexual conversation. He just randomly sends you like sex videos and y'all.
well,
like,
because
y'all
he was okay. So the conversation went as follows. He was like, "Oh, I met this chick. You know, when I was on this trip, or I went here, I went there, and I met this chick." And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. So what happened? You know, the white girls they do it best, da, da, da. And you let me show you," and sent me the video, and I'm like, "Oh."
It's funny. I've had conversations like that with my straight male friends, but they never followed it up with the video footage. Like,
and I'm
like the white girls do it best. Let me show you. Like it doesn't
like,
happen.
Yes, like that is the conversation. I'm serious.
I was like, no, the men do it better. Let me show you. I mean, here we go.
I don't know where to go with this right now. And like
That's
I
what
said,
I would do. I'll be like, no, the guys do it better here. Now we're even. You know, I want to share what like you're sharing. You know, here you got it.
But I could just send him a clip of a porn. Like I don't record.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all you
I just
do.
send him a clip of porn.
I would send him the nastiest one I could find. I mean, I would go in on it.
The Fat Rabbit Killer, send him that one.
Yes. The guys do it definitely better. They take dick way better than these bitches take it. Look, see,
he's in my city right now. He's here in DC.
Oh Lord. Well, you're gonna get videos momentarily, I'm sure, of all the DC conquerors that he's had.
Yeah.
Remember, SoDebNair don't want to see no cat on his timeline and no text.
No,
yes,
no man.
Baby, that's my favorite episode.
And my friends will never send it to me because they absolutely know that. So there will be no possibility of me getting no man fucking no other woman on my shit at all. Not my text messages. No.
King also says that's exactly how you should respond. No, they don't. The guy do and then send the video. Oh,
Yep.
okay, got it. All right,
that's what I would. That's what I would have done.
That's all we're asking. Just try it out and let us know how it goes. That's it.
I definitely would have done that. I was like, oh, we sending out sex video because I got my own now. I don't gotta send you no
you think
porn.
the white girl can do it better? Come over here. I can show you better.
I don't want to show him better.
I mean,
he's sending it to you, so it's only respectable to send it that.
It's only fair.
Yeah, it's only fair. Equal opportunity.
It's compare and contrast, you know.
Me too.
Me too. A mess. Let's see. What was said also said something earlier. I thought this was another topic, but apparently it's not. How do you ghost someone, your best friend, because of bad breath? We can talk to each other about everything else, though. That's weird. That goes to SoDebNair's comment.
The thing was, it was like, you know, I kind of waited to find out, like I said, maybe she had a bad day. You know, maybe it was a bad week.
Does a bad day equal bad breath?
You know, sometimes people wake up, they forget to brush their teeth. So I was like, maybe she just had a bad day. You know, I didn't know. And so it was an ongoing thing for like a week strong. And I was like, okay, her breath is just really bad. And so at that time, it was my my very first relationship. So yes, I mean, I probably do the best what was said. And you know, that's what I did. I mean, ghosting was not even a term back then. I was just trying to figure out how to keep my friend and not date her anymore.
I just know her mask smell like trash right now.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Dwayne. I'm sorry.
Her mask. Oh, jeez.
Someone just asked me, do I talk to her? And I was like, I haven't talked to her since I broke up with her in high school, so I know. And then I seen a picture of her pop up on my Facebook timeline like that same day. It's like Facebook knows the fuck what we'd be talking about in your text messages. I don't know.
New York to be for me, it makes a very valid point. It's driving him crazy that Dwayne is not gushing over him. It's fucking with his ego big time. Mm-hmm. You know what? And I'm not that dude. I've never been the dude that was like, oh, I need to get him. He's straight. Oh, I need to conquer that.
Here's the thing. Just play into the situation and see what happens. Because if he's bragging to you about how his other gay friends are gushing over it.
Okay.
Yeah. Just play into it. Just see what happens.
Here's an even better question. Have you been getting these videos more recently? Like a lot of these videos more recently of him doing this?
No, like kind of like in the beginning of our I guess communication, because we're not even like really good friends. We're probably acquaintances at best.
Okay.
But we're cool. You know, anytime he hits me up, he's like, oh, you know, what's going on? You go, I'm cool. What's going on with you? You good? Yeah, you know, like general conversation. Then we talk about
no.
I haven't looked at him like that. Like honestly, like legitimately, I haven't.
All right.
I haven't even because he's a tall dude. He's a solid dude. I mean, I think
if you were to say he looked like any celebrity, who would he mirror?
No. Mm-mm. He's just a solid built dude. He's like a 6'2" solid dude.
Let me see these videos.
See?
Y'all do that in a private chat.
Okay.
Now all of a sudden we can't have side conversations on live.
I don't want to see nobody. I don't see no pussy at all. Hey, Lavelle.
What's up, Lavelle? Yeah, yeah. Anyway, how do you handle unsolicited nudes and videos and such?
I don't.
I receive all of them. I love them.
I send them videos and pictures back. They're not of me, but I send them.
Oh my god!
So you got the people out here thinking that you got all of this stuff going on with these photos, and they are not easy.
Not a one.
I don't mind getting nudes. Send all.
I don't mind. It better be a good one, otherwise I'm gonna talk about you on Facebook.
But I mean, I'm not about to be going to my room having to take new ones because you sent me some like every week. Like I'm not doing that. You know. I had to switch up my nudes now because it looks different than it looked before, but you know.
NYC to be for me says, I say thank you, and do you have more? Yes.
I like it when they be like, oh, you're not gonna send me one?
Now, if I don't like the nude, I just would be like, I'll put a heart on it and I'll just keep it moving. But you know.
So basically
So if you send SoDebNair,
it's more like this. Oh, that's what did they say about the little ugly babies? Oh, that's precious. It's precious. Yes.
No,
if you send so here's some advice to our Twitter followers that are watching. If you send SoDebNair a dick pic and he just hearts it, just go on and close out the chat. Just don't even
just go ahead and put your clothes on, boo.
Don't even engage.
You know what? It's funny because I will look on Twitter and they be some amazing news. Like they be some I don't know who's the photographer. I don't know what type of lighting y'all got set up, but some of these are some top quality nudes on Twitter. And I'm just like, mine don't be coming out like that. Like, mine are good. But I'm like, what type of system y'all got? Because y'all lose.
I really want to know that too. Because I need the kit. Somebody needs to send me what the kit is so I can know.
That you order off of Amazon.
I wish y'all could see all of these lights that I have around this desk. But I feel like that is the kit.
Honestly, God, you scroll down Twitter, you see the shots, and I'm just like, what? How do you get it like that? Like this is like top quality presentation right here.
Yeah.
Listen, they're traveling with ring lights. They're traveling with a whole production.
They got a whole team with them. Like this, they travel around like Beyonce with that laptop.
Not all of them, because some of them still walking around with that $9.99 ring light from Amazon.
Oh.
Look, I was just. But
that ring light is not giving what they give with them pictures though. Those pictures are top tier, like next top model took them pictures.
Yeah,
I need to find out like how to get the crew.
Like what type of phone are you using? What filters are you using? What is the camera watt? Like someone tell me. Like I would love someone if you in the comments.
It's not the filter label because it's even the angles of the pictures and everything.
I'm about to pull up something.
Ain't no filter for the angle now.
Let me tell you about these angles. So the thing I can't do is angles. I just cannot. It is not work for me.
After like the 20th picture, I'm done. I'm like, okay, now I done took 20 pictures. I still haven't found it. I ain't taking none today. This is done.
I'm not taking no more. It's not happening.
and then I'll be going through the same 20, like maybe this one is the no. Let me delete this one. I just after the 20th one, I'm like, okay, I can't. I'm done for the day.
Yeah, no,
we're not about. I'm gonna starve for 3 more days and then try it again.
What we're not about to do is have a whole photo shoot session by myself in this room because I don't have the energy.
Because there was one dude, this one guy who has one, and I love this picture, and I tried this shit myself.
But it come out right, do it.
It looked like he took the picture where like the camera was up on his fan on the ceiling.
Yes.
And it's sitting over the bed. So I tried it so many different ways, but his minds never came out the same way. I don't know what he did.
I don't have that energy. I don't. I don't have the energy.
Guy, I'm about to pull it up real quick, and I just think that his shit is just. I wonder if he's the same person. He lives in London. I think it's London that he's at. Beautiful black man, just up. I'll be like, how are you taking these photos?
LaBelle says, as a person in showbiz, you'd be surprised at just how simple it is and that filters are 95% of the work.
But you still got to take the picture at the angle for the to use the filter, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want to take the picture like this and then my lump is showing like, is there a filter to get rid of that? Because what's the name of that filter?
It's called Photoshop.
I got Photoshop too. I still can't figure it out.
Not a filter to get rid of the lump. I'm done.
I'm like, I know how to get rid of little creases and stuff, but I still see that little love handle. Like, can we get rid of what's that filter?
I found it. I'm about to drop. I'm gonna send it to your DM right now. Matter of fact.
Is this a not safe for work photo, or can we show this?
It is not. It is not. I will show you a safe for work photo.
Okay. Yes. Body.
Yes.
But let me see. Can I see? I missed it.
Oh. Oh wait, hold on. I can't send that. I can't show that one. But I'm gonna send it to you right now. What are you doing? All right. SoDebNair, where you at? There you go. But the one safe for work. This is him. But
I think I saw her before.
If you look at his pictures, like he shows everything: front, back, undercarriage, over top, toes.
Yes, undercarriage.
Undercarriage. What's that? I don't know what that is.
Undercarriage. That's his. Oh.
Yeah, under.
Oh. Where'd you send this to? Because I didn't get it.
Oh,
Twitter.
Oh. No one ever DM. Well, they do DM me, but I never check them on Twitter. So
his chest is very nice.
I didn't get it on Twitter.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out why. What? Why are you not coming up?
I don't know.
He got a new Twitter page.
Oh no, there it is. There it is. I found it.
Mine is still up. I just hit point K this week, by the way.
So like the shots that I just sent you, like.
Okay, got it.
New York to be for me is asking what his Twitter page is.
Oh, his Twitter
mine?
page. Yeah.
No, the guy I think the Easy's talking about.
Akeem Andrews 10. Akeem Andrews 10. That is him. AKEEM ANDREWS 10.
And New York to be for me also has a valid point. He says some people actually take videos and make pictures from the videos.
That's talent.
Well,
yeah, you still gotta freeze frame it and figure that out too. It's a lot of work.
Well, all right.
This is OnlyFans man.
He is OnlyFans dude. Yes.
I'll look at these later.
We have someone that has popped in.
Oh.
And we will let her come on and say hello, I suppose.
Ooh, come on, her.
Yes. I think this is the first female we've had on the actual show.
Besides Rainier.
Besides Rainier, yes. Besides my sister. Sabrina is here. Hi, Sabrina.
Hi,
I hate
Sabrina.
niggers. I hate niggers. Kill all niggers. Kill all niggers.
Wow.
White power.
Oh, no. Well, we're going to ban her from the studio.
Please.
Wow. That's a first, right? No?
Let me calm down.
Everybody is trying to hold it together.
Trigger right now. Let me calm down. Was she in the chat or something?
No, she was not in the chat. I think she's from our YouTube page, which is the spam that we get from the YouTube page. So we should definitely take that into consideration.
Jesus Christ.
Everybody take a moment. Let me pull out a fan. All right.
Oh, she's laughing about this. Okay.
Now she's here. All right. And she's put in timeout. There we go. All right. And she's blocked. Oh, that was to New York to be for me. I did not mean to do that. Hang on. Okay. We're gonna get New York back, but we put Sabrina in timeout. Yeah, let's be very clear, folks. What you will not do is come on our show and try to spam us. So the next time that I see anybody that doesn't look like they belong, you will not be posted. Period. Point blank. Yeah, and I would advise anybody that's watching on Twitter to go report Sabrina Hayes is the person that was on our Twitter page.
I need a whole cigarette at this point.
Yeah. We're going to ban everybody that is on that does not look like us. Period. Whew. Okay. All right.
No, I'm good.
Oh, Lexus is in a group. So I hit him up the other day. I said, we ain't seen you in a few weeks.
What's up, Lex?
He gonna say, he been at work. He hope they fire him. So
Lord, Lex, don't do that.
I lost it.
Somebody find New York to be for me and let him know that I blocked him by mistake because his comment came in at the same time that Sabrina's did. So he's blocked for 5 minutes. Hopefully New York to be for me will come back. My apologies.
You can't unblock him, right?
And I can't unblock him. So he's blocked for 5 minutes. My apologies. But okay. All right. And he retorts, "Well, I do hope they fire me. Collect unemployment forever. I can't." Okay, all right. Let's take a deep breath. We all right?
I'm good.
Easy.
You know that happens on All About the Tea too, though.
Okay.
So I don't know if when she was on there was her profile blank.
No, it was a female.
Okay.
It was, and she waited patiently.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, oh, well, this is interesting. Okay, great. And then we saw what happened.
Because normally they don't turn their cameras on until you put you on, and then they play the porn and do that.
You can see her face, and then she switched to a video, and it didn't look like it was. She shared her screen. It looked like she played it off of something else. It's like she held it up. But then she jumped back in the chat and she did the LOL.
Yeah, and I don't think that this Jake person, I think somebody came right behind her and I immediately just blocked them. So I think that's who this Jake person is. So let's just be clear. But we'll have this conversation offline so that we can be a little bit more prepared.
Yeah, that's why I was telling you that we got to get moderators. Yeah.
SoDebNair, thank you for having some knowledge behind it. Let's get back to the show. Yeah, we'll get back to what we're talking about.
Well, why the people that are in the YouTube, though, we are going to be looking for moderators, and most of the time it is the people who are very loyal to the channel. So if you guys are interested in being moderators on the YouTube channel, go ahead and go into althpodcast.com, let us know, and we'll go ahead and kind of do that.
All right. Is there anything else that we want to talk about tonight before that's that on that?
I think Karen kind of destroyed that.
Yeah, AC is here. AC said make sure they show their face before they show them on YouTube, and she did show her face. So I that's anyway.
I do have a question for you guys. Let's switch this up real quick. So I met this guy out at the club a few days ago, older guy, like in over 50 years old. And I told you guys, I really don't mind dating older guys, but I told him yesterday and today I was like really busy. I couldn't really talk, and he's uncontrollably like texting and calling me. And I have a problem with ghosting people, but I ghosted them because I'm like, this is too much. This has only been a day. How do you deal with that?
Looks like you already dealt with it.
I'm saying, like, how do y'all deal? How do y'all deal with people that like excessively contact you, like when it's new like that? Like, how
they're a bit of aggressive. They're aggressive.
Yeah, like I don't really like. I don't like that.
Did you, when you said, "Hey, I'm busy" or what have you? What was his response?
He was like, "Can we talk for a few minutes?" And I said, "I'm in a meeting right now. I really can't talk to you." And he was like, oh, "Okay, well, just hit me up later." And later just never really kind of happened for me because I ended up, my best friend ended up asking me to go out yesterday to Bulldogs for Cinco de Mayo. So me and my neighbor, actually, I took her to the gay club for the first time. Oh, so God. we all had a good time. And so by the time I got home, my phone had like a million text messages, a million phone calls, and it was like asking me questions like, "Did you get back with your ex?" Like, it was like so many things. I'm like, "We didn't even talk about my ex. Like, what's going on here?" It was just a lot. So to me, this is so many red flags for me. I'm like, I gotta get out of this right now.
I'm sorry. Wait a minute. What warranted him to ask you questions about your ex?
I know we never even had a conversation about. We hadn't had time to talk about really anything. So I don't know where that came from.
But he's asking you, like, why are you not talking to me? Did you get back with your ex? Like, is that?
I think it was because of something that he had told me about. Well, I really can't talk about that on here. We'll talk about that off the podcast. But it was a conversation that he had about his kind of insecurities with dating people.
I was just about to say, there's a lot of insecurities in this already.
Yeah.
And if anything, whatever you've done to separate you from him, just continue to do that because there's no need to involve yourself in anything further.
I mean, he's like called me like 3 times since we've been on this podcast.
That's fine.
I'm like, I'm not answering his phone. So
yeah, don't involve yourself with it. If you can't take the hint by now, like clearly, like come on, nobody got time for that.
Why did you give me your number in the first place? Because when I met him, it was like we were having a really good conversation. He was really nice. It didn't seem to be overbearing. I mean, and I didn't know if I was gonna see him again. So, we talked on the phone. What day was that? I think I met him on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. We talked on Monday because he was going back to wherever he was going to before he moves here. And then after that,
moving here?
Yeah, well, he's moving back here in June, but he already has all his, like, this is an older man. He got his own stuff, everything. Like, there's nothing to be worried about. So we had talked on Monday, but then after that, it just kind of, I was like, Tuesday, this job called me. I had to start getting stuff together for this job. And I told him that, and like, it just been unbearable, like communication where like, I'm about to block his number from my phone.
I mean, two ways you can do this. You can definitely explain it to him, like you're doing too much. You're giving too much. It's too much too soon.
And especially from the very beginning, you just met him Saturday. It is now Thursday. I mean, you met him Sunday and it's Thursday, and he has called and text aggressively.
That's too much for me. And just let him know how you feel, how it makes you feel.
I just feel like I can't really pick up the phone because I feel like people. I don't want to get talked back into like doing this with you. Like I don't want to do it.
So then say that.
And I feel like I will fall for a sob story.
You would.
I see what I'm saying. That's why I don't want to. That's why I just don't want to.
Discussing it 3 weeks from now on a Thursday night. And the way gonna get that face right there.
And I don't have time to be sitting here listening to why you gave back into a situation we told you not to get into in the first place.
And I saw what whatever the numbers were behind that. That's not true. It was just like this is too much, too fast.
So I say, okay, here's the deal. Answer the phone when you're ready to answer the phone.
Okay.
And simply say and stick to what you mean. Say what you mean and mean what you say, which is you're being a little bit too aggressive for me right now.
I'm not going to be like, I got something to do, but I just want to call you real quick because I can't stay on the phone. I can't stay on the phone long because I'm going to get talked back into this and I don't want to. Like, because that's why I'm saying to you, say what you mean and mean what you say. Yeah. You can't talk me back. You can't talk me back into something that I've already made my mind up from. But I feel like if he gives me like some sob story or something, I might feel bad. I don't know.
You're not giving him a chance to give a sob story.
Okay.
I don't need a sob story because at this point in time, this is what you've done. You put me in this place, and honestly,
I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable.
Like I'm not invested.
I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Period.
Okay. I'm gonna try it.
Because you shouldn't have to put up with something that makes you uncomfortable, regardless of what the
I just feel like if I had to answer the phone, like, why would you just keep on doing this? Like, I'm getting the messages and the phone calls and the voicemails. So, I mean, that I'm receiving these things and you just don't stop. So, I don't know.
Some people
just don't get it.
They don't get it.
Especially an older one, he may be used to getting his way. And no.
I'm not doing that. So.
I ain't got time for that.
It's supposed to be. I need my own damn way. So this is not as more for me.
You be blowing my phone up at the IRS. No.
Do not sweep this under the rug, Aaron. Say how you feel and let it be done.
I had to put them in my phone as spam likely because I want to.
I'm ashamed.
You know what? On that note, well, you already know what to do.
I mean, it feels like a spam call. They just don't stop calling, but yeah.
King Leo says, "I love older dad."
I do too, but I never dealt with this with an older guy though at all.
Not necessarily.
They can't honest. Well, I can honest. Oh, he's there.
New York. Oh, New York to be for me. I'm so sorry for blocking you. I did not mean to do that. If you did not hear me, you and Sabrina put up a comment at the same time, and I went to block her and blocked you by mistake. I apologize. Please don't take that personally. Because we love your presence and your comments on the show. Yeah. So I apologize for you being blocked.
Kisses and air.
Yes. Are we? Is that on that, Aaron?
That's it. That's it.
Do what you need to do.
I'm sorry.
All right, Aaron, close us out. We love you guys.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So if you're whatever you're at, make sure you go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, turn on notifications, like the video, comment below, let us know what you guys thought about this episode. This was a little different episode this week. Make sure you guys check out althpodcast.com. Follow us on all social media at ALTH Podcast on Twitter, The Affairs of the Heart on Instagram, and Affairs of the Heart on Facebook. And that's also make sure you check us out on all your streaming platforms. If you'd like to listen instead of watch, because we are back on those streaming platforms as well.
Yes, we're back on the podcast platform, so everybody can stop messaging me asking me where the podcast is because you'd rather listen to us than see us. We understand.
They have not been, the ones that we recorded have not been released yet. Because I had to wait to do a few things because I got to switch us off of Anchor, but they will be back very soon. Yes.
Okay. All right. We're not here next week.
We're not here next week. No,
we're not here next week. We're not here next week. So we're gonna take one day off. We're gonna take one day off.
Anybody send that in my email? See what I'm talking about, people?
It kind of just, we talked about it like real quick before the show happened today.
2.2 seconds.
So maybe I'll post like
and I got all 2.2 seconds before we started.
Right. Maybe we'll post up like an old episode or something for next week. One that y'all probably haven't saw, or if y'all have watched all of them, you'll see it. But yeah, I'll repost something. I don't know.
All right. So we love you guys. We will see you in 2 weeks on the Affairs of the Heart podcast. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you very soon.